We always point out that global financial markets are highly sensitive to news on developments of the trade conflict between the United States and China. The video calendar today confirms this idea. Importantly, traders' response to such developments is usually stronger if they prove trends which have been formed by macroeconomic data. That's why we advise you to monitor carefully economic reports. Let's watch the video calendar on InstaForex TV channel to find out what reports are due in the final 2 days of the trading week. The Australian dollar is the most vulnerable currency to China-related events. Tomorrow, traders are going to assess the actual Aussie's value, judging by conditions of the domestic economy. Australia is due to report on the labour market. Analysts expect employment to grow by 14,200 in July. In the previous months, the labour market added just 471 new jobs, much fewer than the forecast for a solid gain of over 45,000. So it might happen that tomorrow the Australian Bureau of Statistics could upgrade employment data for June. If so, the Australian dollar will regain some losses versus the US dollar. The pound sterling has break prospects for recovery. Experts warn of a notable decrease in consumer activity in the UK. Retail sales are likely to weaken to 2.5% from 3.8% in annual terms. Month-on-month, retail sales could enter the negative territory. The indicator, which tracks consumer spending and domestic demand, is expected to drop to -0.3% in July from June. If the forecast comes true, such downbeat figures will trigger sell-offs of the pound sterling. On Thursday, traders are likely to sell the US dollar amid expectations of a similar report from the United States. The market also assumes a decline in consumer activity in the United States and a downtick in retail sales. Nevertheless, retail sales still remain on the positive territory. The indicator could edge down to 0.3% on a monthly basis in July. In case the forecast proves true, traders will interrupt short deals on the US dollar following the market rule: buy the rumor, sell the fact. In this case, dollar bears will close deals with a profit taken as soon as the retail sales report confirms the expected decline. Apart from the above-set events, it would be a good idea for traders to take notice of the following publications. On Thursday, European trading floors are shut on the occasion of the holiday, the Assumption of Virgin Mary into heaven. So market-moving data will be released on the American continent. The ADP payroll processor will report on employment in Canada. Besides, the United States will present data on industrial production. On Friday, investors will also keep track of economic data from the United States, such as a series of reports on the construction sector for July and a preliminary index of consumer sentiment for August. You were watching Forex Market. You were watching Forex Trader on InstaForex TV channel with me, Kate Stichina. We wish you profitable deals.